What's up, everybody? TC coming at you with a milestone video. A student recommended me, suggested that I do a milestone video for 200 subscribers. I thought it was an interesting idea, actually. I haven't done something like that before. And also, I wanted a reason to show my viewers the gaming setup that I have here in the basement that I'm very proud of. So I'll take the time today to do that. So to start, I do want to thank mostly the students that looked at my first few videos back in Alberta when I started in February, and that gave me some likes and some subscribes and kind of made it worth doing these kinds of videos, because some of these do take a while and it's a lot of work, and I have the schoolwork to do on top of that. So it did start as a bit of a new kind of project for me. I was doing vlogs at school with my homeroom set E, and once I started liking doing that on the iPad, I figured, hey, maybe I want to start making actual YouTube videos. So that's sort of when I started this whole project. I started doing it with my old camera, and then I figured the quality wasn't as good as I wanted, so I bought the mic and the Pro Cam that I'm using right now, and since then it's been a cool adventure. When I started, I was so into it. I was cranking out like a video every Sunday, using sort of part of Sunday for recording and part of it for doing my homework, which I usually do on Sundays, and it was really fun. Then I definitely slowed down a bit because it is a lot of work and the novelty kind of wore off, but I still had some good reasons to make videos here and there. I wasn't sure how long I was gonna do it for. I'm still into it right now. We'll see if it's a year-long thing, or I think I have more free time this year actually, because I'm more of a replacement position than I don't have a real like 1 year full position like I've had in the last 2 years. So I sort of have a bit more time to work at school, which is awesome, and I have a bit more time, I think, during the week to get some work done. So my weekends are a bit more opened up. So I hope to keep making videos. For the future, I've always wanted to make a Dota video, but there's lots of things to be said about Dota. It's where I've been playing the game for 15 years. It evolved a lot, and that's where I played pro also. So, pro as in like it was. I was playing against the best players in the world, but we weren't making money. So that's coming up. I also want to make a video about cosplaying, because I went to Montreal and I like cosplaying, and I think people maybe have a misunderstanding of what it is really. So that should be coming up. Those are a bit more heavy on editing and stuff, so that's probably why I've been putting it off, just a bit out of laziness, because it takes a lot of time. Just like my congratulations video, I didn't post a video for I think a month and a half, because that's how long it took to make that one video, about 15 hours of total work, and it was a lot of trial and error, which is fun, which is what I suggest to do in class too, when you have a difficult math problem and you try something and you figure it out that way. So it's been quite an adventure. Thanks for everyone that supports me, says nice comments in the comments section, or even in class, IRL. I really appreciate it. It's fun to know that people actually enjoy it. At first, I was a bit bummed out that some people would just like watch a minute or two of my videos and wouldn't watch the whole thing. But to be honest, it's not a big deal at all. I'm totally fine with it. You watch what you want to watch. My videos are all about all sorts of different things. A lot of gaming stuff, but other dancing and stuff like that. So I get it that not all videos are what's gonna interest my 200 subscribers, and it's all good. You watch what you want to watch. So I also want to thank Vince, my first principal ever that I had in Alberta. He really helped me out when I was having some issues, and he's motivated me to sort of become a teacher that likes to try new things and that doesn't have fear about doing things differently, which is sort of what brought in this YouTube channel and doing videos for fractions, like you can see, some math videos to help kids out if they're at home and they don't have anyone to help them out. They can look at my YouTube videos, or even when I was sick, I couldn't go to school, so I did a YouTube video for the class when the sub was there. I thought that was funny. So doing stuff like that. Vince and Jill, also my vice principal at that school at the time, also very much inspired me, gave me a helping hand, and really let me grow into a better teacher. And I'm taking that, bringing it with me to Ontario, and hopefully I can keep growing. So I want to thank both of them, definitely individually. And if you're a student and you're at their schools, then it would be cool if next week you can give them a little encouragement. It's a hard job. Now we're 3 weeks in, or I guess for some it's only 2 weeks in, and it'd be cool if you gave them a nice comment and say that I'm still thinking about them and what they did for me. So moving on, let's go check out my setup, my gaming setup. I pre-recorded a video, and I'll sort of just talk over it and talk about the different hardware that I have now, what I think is great. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so here we have the beast itself. We got my tower here. I bought this about a year and a half ago, and it was built by someone that I met online that could order parts and stuff, because where I was, I didn't have access to a computer store. So you can see the specs. I'm gonna put them on the screen here. It's pretty good. It's nothing crazy. It's not top of the line, and it wasn't top of the line when I got it either. I never go all in. I usually get something that's maybe second place or third place. I think that's a good spot when you want something of high quality when you're buying computer parts, but also it's not gonna destroy your wallet, because we all know that pretty much every technology, when it comes out, a new technology, or you're buying for the very best, you're spending about twice as much as you would if you bought it a few months later. So I recommend not to do that unless you want to spend lots of money to feel really cool, but it's in the end your wallet's gonna hurt if you do that. So let's see what else I have here on my table. This is my side table. It's not my main desk. So here you can see I have my Switch and my PlayStation 4. So I bought the Switch Christmas 2 years ago, 2 weeks off from school, and I decided to play Breath of the Wild because I'm a huge Zelda fan. So I bought the Switch mostly just because of Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, those exclusives, right? Like if I could play those games on my PC, I wouldn't buy a Switch. I don't really use it portable at all. I would use it if I was in Japan and taking the train like I did back then, or before that when I was taking the bus everywhere to go to university. But at the moment, when I was in Alberta, I would walk or bike to school, so I couldn't play on the way, and I'm just so busy at school. There's no reason for me to ever chill out and play it at school. I had no time, so I kind of just use it docked most of the time. But it was great for the gaming club, so I'm glad I got it for that specifically, and we'll see if I can play with it again at school this year. I found a pretty sweet super long HDMI here, and my new smartboard projector doesn't have an HDMI like mine did last year, but I found this little adapter and I think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna try this tomorrow. Keep in mind that if you are a student that was expecting to play tomorrow, I do have supervision during lunch, so we're definitely not playing anything tomorrow, but I'm gonna test it and we'll see. I'm gonna ask permission to see if it's cool if we play during the lunchtime, and if everything's cool, well, maybe I'll decide 2 days out of the 4 days that we have where I'll be hanging out in my classroom playing some games, and people can join in and play with me if you want. So I'm looking forward to that. I like playing Super Smash with people. I don't really play it alone, so it's always fun having people to play with. So if you are available, bring your controllers though, because I don't have controllers for everyone. So if you bring your own controller, you can bring your own Switch too if you want to use your own version of Switch, and I think it should work. I think it shouldn't be too hard to use. The other thing I'm wondering about is the power cord. Anyway, Switch, pretty cool. PS4, I got it again for exclusive. I got it for like the summer, I think a year ago. I got it about a year ago or a bit more before the summer, so I could play God of War and Bloodborne and a lot of other games. I'm not gonna go into it, but I bought it again because of exclusives. If I could play those games on the PC, I wouldn't have this right now. But I suggest the PS4 Pro for specific games, and if you're not a PC gamer, I think it's probably the winner of this generation. Xbox One kind of didn't really hold a candle this generation, but if you're wondering about my opinions on that, you can go check one of my earlier videos about the console wars. So I'm happy with these purchases, and obviously I didn't buy them when they just came out, so the price was pretty respectable too. I much prefer the Pro controller compared to the DualShock. I don't like the DualShock very much. So now moving on to the Vive, which is very new for me. I bought this about a month ago. I love playing Beat Saber and Super Hot VR and also Hellblade. I'm sure there's other games that are awesome, though those are the ones that I'm playing right now. So Vive, pretty cool. I do want to replace those wands with the knuckles that are going to come out this year. So that'll actually make the experience even better if I can get those, but they're quite expensive. They're like $140 each or something like that. So we'll see when they come out. If the reviews are good and I have the money for it, I think that's what I'm gonna be purchasing next, actually. What else do I have? I bought some new Sony wireless earphones, headphones. I don't use them for my computer, but sometimes I use them for a LAN, and sometimes, but it's mostly for just going around on my bike or rollerblading and having music. It's pretty cool. They block the sound really well, and they're pretty sick. Here we have my HyperX glasses that I bought. They're my third gaming glasses. I have them right now. They're actually broken. You can see on many of my videos that I've taped them up for a while. I think I need to take them to some kind of glasses shop. I recommend it. I've been using gaming glasses since 2010. I have perfect vision. I'm lucky enough to have that. And even as I grow older, I still have very good vision. I wonder if using these glasses all the time help with that. I think so. How much it helps? I don't know. I definitely know that when I play some hardcore games like Dota, where I blink a lot less often, I think it is a thing. I used to like start crying sometimes because my eyes are so dry after like intense Dota battles that can last over a minute. And so ever since I got my glasses, my Gunners or these ones, it's been much better for long gaming sessions. And I would recommend them for anyone that has a desk job in front of a computer all day. I would totally use these for that too. Moving on to my monitors. So leaving Japan in 2015, I decided to buy a couple monitors when I got here. So I got this Dell. It's a bit older. There's not even an HDMI in this one. It's like a 2011 model or something like that, but it won a bunch of awards. It's super nice. I really like it. It's a special type of screen that is better for videos compared to gaming. So the frames don't go up that high for gaming, but the image is super crisp for watching videos. And my secondary screen on my right, that's for my YouTube watching and whatever else I want to watch, Blu-ray or whatever. That's the one I use. It's a 24-inch, and my other 24-inch is my BenQ, was a bit more expensive. And so two 24 inches. This one is a gaming one, and it even has like a sweet handle in the back, so that when I go to a friend's house for a LAN, it's super easy to pick up and go with me. Attached to my BenQ is my HyperX Cloud 2, I think, headphones that I've had for a while, wired, and they've been great. Super lightweight, great quality of sound, and I do recommend them too as a not too expensive but really high quality product. We have my Zelda mug that I got from Gabby. Thank you, I love it. And also in front of us right now is my beloved Corsair keyboard, the Rapid Fire Edition. It is quite expensive, but it's worth the money. At least for me it is. Mechanical keyboards with these special rapid fire switches. That's why it's called that. So it's not MX Red switches like most of these. If you get like I can definitely strongly recommend the MX Red regular Corsair mechanical keyboard. That won't cost you as much as this, but does the job very well. You have also a sweet volume scroll on top right, if you can sort of see beside the top right, there's a nice scroller for volume, super sick. I can also change the colors. Right now I put everything blue, but you can actually change that, except for the play buttons on the right. So super recommend this keyboard. Now we also see my new mouse. I kind of talked about it in another video. It's a Logitech Wireless Pro. It is my favorite mouse of all times. I've tried so many mice in my life, and just to find the one that I really like I wasn't sure if wireless was something for me. And then I saw like some sick reviews for this one. I saw that it's not very big. I don't have big hands, and I have a claw style of stance, so big mice for me don't work at all. It's no good. So I super strongly recommend this one, except for the price. It's pretty expensive again. But I'm just super happy that I found my baby, and it's wireless, and it's really sick. Super lightweight. You can put extra weights in it to make it the weight that you like. But actually, I thought I wouldn't like lightweight, but now that I have this without a wire, man, my Dota, definitely my Dota speed has increased just because of my mouse, and the precision is super good too. So super recommended. I have my brown towel here to help with my wrist, because I had some wrist problems back when I was doing data entry before going to Japan. And you got to be careful when you're on the computer all the time. I was on the computer all day doing data entry, going hard with my micro, and then I go home and play some competitive Dota. It definitely got to me, and I started getting carpal tunnel. I was wondering if it would ever happen. And then once I became a teacher, the fact that I'm almost never on the computer all day means that I can play a lot at night, and my wrists are still cool as long as I take care of them. That's why I have that towel. Also highly recommended. About $1, right? Pretty good. I have my that's a letter opener from Japan. It looks like a katana. Very cool. I like to have it there as decoration. And then finally, a few more things. We got my arm, my mic arm here. Microphone, snowball microphone, pretty sweet. I got a pop filter too for my videos. And then you got my chair. This I also bought when I came back from Japan. You know, I had saved up so much money over there, and I wanted to spend some of it on my computer. And that's one thing that I bought. It's Maxnomic. It's Need for Seat. So it's not the same as DX Racer. I do have to say these ones are more expensive, but they are also better in quality. And there's like a whole video explaining the differences, and I'm super happy with this chair. And you know, can you do this? Maybe not. So really like this chair. If you want to know more about this chair, you can ask me. I'll tell you where to go for it. But again, it's like $450. So maybe you don't have that much money for a chair, and that's totally understandable. But for me, it's a chair that I'm going to use for the rest of my life, so it's worth it. Here we go with Thrustmaster. So I bought this just a couple of weeks ago. So I bought a new racing wheel and pedals and a shifter and a stand, or like a rack, to put it all on. So that's what you're seeing right here. The pedals, 3 pedals, including with the clutch. The wheel has some super sick force feedback, and you can see my shifter here. Very high quality stuff. And as you can see, the frame is very high quality and super durable. And what's cool about it is that you can super easily just fold it up. The wheel goes down, and then I can put it away when I'm done. So it's quite easy actually to set up for like an hour, just an hour racing session, because my arms kind of get a bit tired, to be honest. And then yeah, just putting it away takes just about a minute or two to put it away, and it's not in the way at all right now. It's hidden underneath my white table. So really cool thing to get, but again, very expensive. And I'm just happy that I finally saved enough money to be able to go all in and buy these kinds of things for the ultimate gaming experience. So that's my setup. I'm very proud of it. You know, this is something that I would have loved to have in my early 20s, but the reality is that these are all expensive things, and you need to work hard and save money to make sure that you can buy these things without going into debt, which is what I did, and still have money left over for sure. But I'd say that I'm pretty happy with everything. There are purchases in the past that I haven't liked, that just didn't do it for me. But right now, I think I've found the brands and the products that really work for me. And once they break, I think I'm just gonna buy new versions of these things. The next thing I want to upgrade would probably be my monitors eventually. I do like the 24 inches. They're perfect. 2 of them is very nice for me. The only thing right now is maybe my main monitor. It's the first time in my life where I'm like, it's too small for racing. I wish it was like a 27 or even bigger for racing, because it's nice to have a big screen for racing. So I kind of have to pull it forward when I also get my wheel in here, because I'm also a bit further back because of the wheel. So I might get some 4K monitors once once the technology is more developed and once the prices sort of go down, I might look to upgrade that. And also, I'm really liking the wireless mouse. I don't think I'd ever go back to wired, which is something I never thought I'd say, but that's for sure. And my HyperX, my awesome HyperX headphones are great, but I might try a wireless set too. So those are maybe the next things that I'm looking to buy, but I'm not gonna look for a while. Like, I just kind of dished out a lot of funds for what I have right now, and I'm super happy with it. I really don't feel like I have to buy anything else for a while, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how the year goes. We'll see if everything lasts as long as I hope it does. And well, I hope you enjoyed and maybe are maybe a bit jealous of my setup. Hey, if you have if you want to take pictures of your own gaming setup, if you're proud of it, you know, and you can maybe share it with me on the Discord or whatever, because I think it's interesting personally. So that's it for today. I hope you have a good day, a good night, and peace out.